Hey guys, it's Erica. Welcome back. I know, it's Monday. It's not Friday again. I know I said I wasn't going to be doing videos during the week except for on Friday, but I've changed my mind. I've decided to go back to my original objective, which was to shoot a video today, kind of as a vlog, as a journal kind of post about my teaching so that I can look back and look at my teaching objectively. And in order to do that, I need to document it in some way. And how I've decided to document it is in video. So with that, let's dive in. My goal is to do one take, 5 minutes. Let's see how I do. So I had 3 classes today instead of 4. My fourth girl, Tanya, was out today. I'm not sure why, but she wasn't here. So I had Tina, Joy, and Kristen. My first student, Tina, is in Unit 3, Level 8. That's Farm and City Life. So we're talking about places in the city. What do we do at these places? And Tina is able to extend quite a bit. Honestly, she's almost ready for Level 4. Almost ready for 4. She needs a little bit of extra time with grammar. We're still working on putting an S onto the end of present tense verbs with he, she, or it in the third person. And so we worked on that today. I think she's finally got it. I almost got to the point where I felt like I was nagging her. I was like, fly or flies, try or tries. And I started pausing a little bit before giving her like the thumbs up on something, and she started self-correcting. So that was a huge win. And we definitely spent some time on extension. So instead of letting her answer a question like, people work here, I'd say, well, where do they work? She'd say, oh, people work in a skyscraper, so that she could see different ways of asking questions and different ways of responding. And she, like I said, she's got really good listening comprehension. And so she's able to flexibly pivot and match, like whatever you're asking her, she can go ahead and add to that. So that was good to see. That worked well with her. So Joy, this is my student where I needed to do a comprehension check. I was asking her to produce a big sentence to respond to a question, and she didn't even know one of the major words. I'm asking, what does a puppy grow up to be? And she's thinking, what's a puppy? So in my notes, I actually wrote, do a comprehension check. Check vocab or do a comp check. So with that, I did. We had cub, we had foal. I think I might have almost like overkilled that. She definitely knew what a cub and a foal was. But another thing, just in case, I brought back up today. So I actually wrote the sentence frames out. And because I did a good comprehension check and then retaught vocab, Kitten wasn't in the lesson. This was actually from a previous lesson. But she wasn't overwhelmed by cub and foal. So she felt comfortable extending. And so I'd say, how does a cub change? A cub changes by growing bigger. And I underlined this because we could put other things here, right? There's more than one right answer. And so we could do puppy. How does a cub change? How does a puppy change? How does a kitten change? We even did, how does a girl change? And she said a girl changes by growing bigger. And she knew that she was a girl. So that was fun. We could make it personal. So that worked really well. And then finally with Kristen, she is a student in level 6, kind of towards the beginning, maybe unit 2. We're talking about animals that we can ride, and we're reading that whole story about the girl who wants a horse. She gets a saddle and she learns how to ride a horse, and everything ties up neatly at the end. We haven't gotten that far. So Kristen, if you're watching for some reason, I hope I didn't spoil the story for you. So with her, I was able to ask her lots of comprehension questions as we read. But again, watch your time. I went a little long today. We were almost up to the 30-minute mark. I mean, some of that was chatting at the end of class, but I was definitely behind for most of it because I like to watch this girl work. She's so good, and it's just so, I don't know if she feels the same way, but when she can answer those more difficult comprehension questions that aren't like necessarily part of the lesson, but can be inferred, those inference type questions, it's awesome. And I think I spent a little too much time with that. I could probably pull back, but that was good. And then at the end of class, this was fun. We shared tongue twisters. I noticed like how much she liked reading one of the tongue twisters during the lesson. So I shared with her, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, just that first sentence. I know there's more to it, guys. And then she really liked how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. She liked the rhythm of it, she said. She didn't use the word rhythm, but she said, oh, I like the way it sounds. It's like a song. That was fun. And so after class, I talked to her mom on WeChat. And Kristen sent me some tongue twisters in Chinese. Oh my word. If any of you are learning to speak Mandarin or do speak Mandarin, you understand like the tones. And so, of course, a Chinese tongue twister, it had a lot of like tone pairs. You have something in like second tone and then going to third tone, or I can't remember how it all was, but she spoke them so quickly and she wanted me to try to learn one of them. So I will have to look at those and maybe I'll share that later this week. I'll share my progression with my tongue twister. I thought maybe there'd be an easy one, but the shortest one was not the easy one. That was the one where the tones were changing. And one thing with Kristen is you can see I didn't do a secondary reward today. The lesson was flowing so well, and I was honestly a little bit behind on time. So we just kept going. We kept going. I know there's a danger in not doing that secondary reward, but I felt okay about this. At the end, I ended up putting some stars in the board and we did some tongue twisters. That was kind of like our reward at the end. But be careful with that. Some parents will not be pleased, especially if their child is getting overwhelmed and needs that break. That's going to be really something that you could get dinged on. But I did it today. I skipped the secondary reward and kind of like did something at the end. Be cautious with that, but with certain students, especially those upper level ones, I wouldn't recommend it, but I guess I got away with it today. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's not a takeaway. That's not the lesson. The lesson is not don't do secondary rewards, but it worked out okay. I have a feeling that it's going to be okay. So maybe the lesson there is don't freak out. You know, if you didn't do the secondary reward, do better next time to kind of like cover your bases, but it's not the end of the world. The class still went really well. All right, so I think we are getting up to the time. I'm probably at 8 minutes. I don't even know, guys. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.